Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 16th of August. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Pearce.
Gary, before we jump into the real estate show, this cutting edge real estate show, it would be remiss of me, and I love that term, remiss of me.
Too, yeah.
It would be remiss of me not to shout out belatedly a happy birthday to my father, who was on the 10th of August, and my mother, who was on the 13th of August, and a very happy birthday to both of those.
I didn't send your mother a message. I'm sorry.
I believe you sent
sure
my father, but you didn't send my
I'm
mother,
sorry,
and my
Pauline.
mother is not happy about her lack of phone call.
Happy birthday to you, and to both of you, and it was good to speak to you. And they're getting on, but they're fantastic. They're still terrific.
They are.
And I wish them well and good health for a long, long time to come. Phil, of course, our father's birthday on the same day, which was always an interesting thing.
Exactly.
Although my father, a little bit older, he would have been 108. Last week.
I'm surprised, given that they were both on the 10th of August, that they never had a combined massive birthday party.
Could have been wild, couldn't it? Debauched wild
that
party.
moment in time has since passed us by. Let's refocus, though. This is a real estate show. And Gary, I know you've pre-briefed me prior to us spending 2 minutes just before we go on air about what you've got to say, but I'm going to just steal a little bit of your thunder if you don't mind.
I don't want you to do that. I've got my own theme. I've been away. By the way, thanks again for last week. Because I have to hold the fort here while Gary goes and recharges. You know, I need to make sure that we can continue as a partnership to be dynamic and cutting edge and leading.
You're describing all the things I am.
Energetic. And that's, you're those things because you get to not have me for all these different weeks. So I'm doing it for you. It's a sacrifice.
So your holiday you view as a recharge opportunity for me.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's the sacrifice I'm prepared to make for our partnership, to just run away and just let you have that breathing space.
There you go, viewers.
Well, what can I say?
There you go, viewers. That is the ultimate reframe, isn't it? It's the ultimate reframe of somebody else's holiday as somebody else's victory.
Exactly. Well, thank you to Jeremy and to Darren Krongold and to Sally Zellman, who all stood in for me and did a damn fine job. It showed you up a little bit, they did.
There's no question.
It's good to be back. And good to be back and refreshed and pumped for a big spring, Phil, because it's a big spring where we're going to have.
Well, we're in the home stretch of August, Gary, which leaves just September, October, November, and half of December. So spring is coming at us, and we did get a bit of spring weather over the weekend, which was rather nice. Great to be out with sunny skies. Yes, Gary.
Phil, how about those demons crushing the spirit of the Carlton Football Club? I was heartbroken. Watched that game with a minute to go. We're high-fiving, we're dancing, we're running around, so excited. And of course, fast forward two minutes later, we're just like, we're in the fetal position in the corner, all in tears. Well,
I think,
how does Melbourne do that?
I think the result reflected the truth, but ultimately you do feel robbed, even though the ultimate game was decided in the most appropriate manner, which they are a better team than Carlton. But I think that 2023, you really have shown that 2023 is a year that you're coming at the AFL top six.
Well, we don't want to wait that long. We still want to make finals this year, but we've got to beat Collingwood. That's not going to be easy. Talking about sport before we get into real estate, and by the way, you weren't in the meeting yesterday, but I have to say to you, there was a lot of bidders out on the weekend. There was a lot of bidders. Well, things are a little bit on the up there, Phil.
Which is what I was going to say right at the start. I'm going to call it, Gary.
Okay,
I'm going to call it.
Call it.
Viewers, you understand that we've always been pretty good at predicting where things are up to.
Not so good predicting the races, although I've got National Choice and Lakes Folly running this week. Lakes Folly,
now we know why he's come back from his holidays. But my prediction, viewers, is I think I'm starting to see green shoots in the marketplace. And I've got to tell you, viewers, when the market does come down, it doesn't stay down for very long. I think if we were to judge the market going forward over the weekend that we've just seen, where we had 10 out of 13 sales for a 77% clearance.
Hang on, is it boast time? I don't want to miss it. It's boast time.
Against the industry average of 62%.
Put the towers up, 77, 62. Love it when that happens. Back to you.
And of course, ours are the real results, not the somewhat convoluted REIV results. But ours are real. But my point being is I think I started to see some green shoots. I started to see multiple bidders at auctions.
I
had one auction, Gary, in Bamborough Road.
It was a thumper.
Where we had 5 bidders, and all 5 bidders had their hand up towards the top end of the range before we overshot the top end of the range. So viewers, I think you've probably got a limited time to take advantage of this market correction.
I'm going to talk about winners and losers, Phil, because I think...
Well, that's the ultimate segue that I've given you. I've
kind of
handballed and you taking it like Cozzy Pickett, right with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, put it straight through the goals. That was great for you.
To break the hearts of all of those tragic, trashy Carlton supporters.
Okay, let's talk about winners and losers. Who are the winners and losers? I think the buyers that are the winners are the ones that are recognising value. Because, Phil, let's face it, we have come off our high. It has shades of 2019, this market. Do you remember 2019? Were you blurry in that year or were you okay?
No,
you were clear? Because it came off the market at the height of 2017, slowly chipped down. 2019 kind of bottomed out. And there wasn't much stock, and a lot of vendors just said, no, I'm not playing this game. I'm taking my bat and ball. I'm out of here. So a lot less was on the market. So I think buyers that recognise value and can see it and are prepared to jump in at this still very low interest rate regime, Phil, because God knows we remember the late 80s at 17 and 18%. That was not fun.
Wasn't a happy time.
Wasn't a happy time. So those buyers that recognise value, they are the winners. They are the buyers that are winners. The sellers that are the winners are the ones that understand the market's change, Phil. Now, there were some sellers that refused to understand the market's change. They're saying, well, hang on, in November last year, this was selling for 2.5. But it's now 2.3. Right, because all of the sales since then that the buyers are looking at, they're not 2.5. They're not going back to November and saying, I'm going to pay the same prices when the market was at its hottest. So the sellers that understand the market, they are the winners, and they are the ones that are meeting the market moving on.
We see green shoots, Gary. I think that's the point, though,
isn't it? I've got my spiel. I've prepared this. No, I spent all night on this. I spent my entire holiday working on this. The losers are the buyers that wait too long and say, I'm going to wait till it goes down again. Because firstly, it doesn't feel like it's going to go down again. It feels like it's gone down. Do you reckon so?
I reckon we've found the base.
We've found it. So those buyers are the losers. And also, you're not going to find what you're looking for. So you find something today, it's $1 million. You're going to wait. Well, get it for $950, $900. It doesn't pop up. It doesn't come up. And the price ends up going to $1,050,000.
And this is a point that I'd like to make, Gary, and this is no disrespect to the people that are living in Cranbourne, where it's a wonderful, wonderful place to live, fabulous housing out there, best city of the best country of the world, regardless of whether you live in Cranbourne or Caulfield. But out in Cranbourne, you do have a lot of choice of very similar houses, right? So if you miss this one, you'll buy that one, or you miss that one, you'll buy this one. Where we work, the inner suburban ring, the middle ring, the inner suburban ring, there is never 10 houses that are the same that you can buy for the same amount of money. So for buyers that sit around going, oh, I'm not going to buy that, it's totally perfect for me, it's in the right street, it's in the walking distance to mum and dad, but I'm not going to buy it because I might buy something cheaper. The reality is, the stock levels that we have are never sufficient to supply all of the demand. So if you find the house that you like, you've got to just stand up, give it a go, because you're buying for the long term.
I can't afford to be hated in Cranbourne. I play golf in Cranbourne, and
I have not
a race course in Cranbourne. I feel what you've said about Cranbourne is going to get my tyres let down when I'm there at the golf course. I think people are going to be throwing stones at me. So what has been said about Cranbourne does not represent the view of both of us. I love Cranbourne.
So you don't think in Cranbourne the houses are very much the same?
I'm not going to represent
you're not even prepared to make a statement about Cranbourne?
Other than the fact that the golf course is great and the race course is good there as well. Okay. Philip, the losers, the seller losers.
Are you still on this? Yeah.
The seller losers, so we've talked about the buyer losers, we've talked about the buyer winners and seller winners, but the seller losers, I think, are the ones that refuse to accept reality, Philip, that they wait for more and more and more and more, and the reality is the market's adjusted. So what happens with those sellers is they go back another time, they go up another time, and then the market actually sort of loses a bit of interest in the home. It gets stigmatised, it's around for too long, and they keep trying with different or the same agent, or they keep trying, and the reality is they will not come to terms with the fact that the market has changed.
So what you're
there we
really
go.
saying, because you've just blabbered on there
I've been away for a long time. I've missed the camera.
That a lot of our viewers went to sleep through your explanation.
Good time for a cup of tea.
Let me just dumb it down very simply.
So you're going to make it longer still?
No, I'm just saying that we've
happen?
found the new level.
Yes.
If sellers meet the new prices, they're going to sell, they can move on. If buyers understand that we've probably seen the base of this, it's time to jump back into the market. So buyers, sellers, you need to get on the same page because those that do are buying and selling, getting on with their lives.
They're transacting.
Speaking of getting on with your life, Gary, I did a couple of auctions on Sunday.
You did?
Then went home, changed, and Irene and I went off to see the Van Gogh, whichever way you want to pronounce it, exhibition.
Would you believe it if I was there on Sunday as well? Would you believe that I was there Sunday? No,
I wouldn't.
Because I wasn't.
At Loom Gallery, that's Lume, which is part of the exhibition centre in Docklands.
Okay.
It is unbelievable. Absolutely, one of the most extraordinary. One of the most extraordinary things that I've seen.
I go through Docklands on the way to Flemington and Moonee Valley Racecourse, so I know exactly where it is. Yeah.
Viewers, go and see the Van Gogh exhibition at the Loom Gallery at the Exhibition Centre, because you will be ringing me to say thank you, Philip, for bringing this to my attention. It was incredible.
Why did he cut off his ear, Van Gogh? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. The man had serious mental health issues.
Oh, it happens.
And suffered from depression, suffered from delusions.
But why your ear? I mean, I understand Chopper Read. I know the rationale around that because I studied him.
Yeah, I'm not sure Chopper Read and Van Gogh have ever been linked in the same sentence.
Hang on a minute. Let's just talk about people who've cut off their ears. How many of them are there?
And Chopper was
famous
heavily
people.
tattooed, so I suppose that was his artistic expression.
Yeah. They're more similar than you think.
So viewers, you never know. There may well be a Chopper exhibition one of these days.
I'll go to that.
But the Van Gogh exhibition, unbelievable. You must go and see it. Melbourne's incredible.
Can we talk a bit about real estate? It is incredible, and I hope it comes back, Phil, because it's been through a crappy time. And even when I was away now in the States, you'd say you're from Australia, and they go, "Oh, Australia." Now you say you're from Australia. What was it with Australia? What was it with you guys in COVID? Like, you talk to people, you say from Australia. Every time I went to America, it was always, "Hey, Australia, Aussie, down under,
shrimp on the barbie,
crocodile, Dundee. This is not a knife, ha ha ha." Right? They all have fun with you, shrimp on the barbie, kangaroo club.
Now we're just the lockdown country.
Now they go, Australia. What is it with you guys in COVID? Like, we're all getting on with our lives. You guys still running around masked and reporting numbers and terrified and worried and talking about the next thing. Everyone's moved on in the world. We need to move on. I know I'm not downplaying COVID. It's been a terrible thing, but can we just get on with life in Australia? Anyway, let's move on. That's my little rant, Phil. The property in Glen Ira Road was a Tuesday night auction, Phil.
Tuesday night?
How about that?
What a humdinger that
358 Glen Ira Road. If you're worried or thinking about never having a trial at auction, you should try it because they work 5 bidders on that. Phil, tell us about it.
So, shout out to Lamore Herskovitz who handled that property, and a big shout out to the owners who are the most delightful people. We had an auction scheduled for a Sunday.
Yep.
There was a thought about whether that was the appropriate
so there was
day
something on that
and
Sunday
time.
in the community.
So we decided, you know what, let's move the auction from the Sunday to the Tuesday evening.
Yes.
We had I reckon there was about 40 people there, Gary, with 4 buyers, all with their hands up. So one of the things, viewers, you must understand is that there are no fixed views of the way we do things anymore. No, things are always subject to change.
For discussion.
Sometimes we might have a fantastic first weekend on the property, and we might then be auctioning it 3 days later.
Absolutely.
So, viewers, if you're interested in buying a house, you've got to be on the ball.
Step up, step forward. Well done.
Great result there.
$1,850,000 above the price range. 5 bidders there, Phil. Stone Street, I auctioned on the weekend. Thank you to the vendors who I think do watch GPTV, actually, Phil.
Shout out to them if they do.
That sold for $805,000. Had a couple of competing parties there that actually just turned up on the day. You never know, do you, with auction. 2A Seathorpe Avenue was a good one that you sold, Philip, for $947,000.
I did.
Some good competition.
And there again, Gary, if we talk about the green shoots of the market, there were multiple bidders at that property. So we've had multiple bidders at a lot of auctions over the last 10 days. So I'm just calling it that if you're a buyer, you need to jump in very quickly.
Understand.
Because there might be some people in 12 months' time that are looking back going, what a genius I was that I bought in 2022.
Bob Dylan said the times, they are a-changing, Phil.
They did.
They are
what
a-changing.
A great poet he was and still is.
So 2 at 6 Silverley Grove I auctioned inside. Big crowd there, Phil. Single level, 1 of 2 villa. I knew I had a good product there. Reserve was at 1,350, which was the top of the range. So for 1,456, so well done to the buyer. Sorry about the underbidder, who is people that we know well and are very fond of, but they missed that one. Bamber Road was a hot auction, as you said. And of course, Philip, the final auction of the day was Edinburgh Avenue, which sold in post-auction negotiations. Good to see you come along after your auction, because it was still going, and help us get that deal together.
Very nice clients of mine bought that, Gary, and we'd sold their house previously. They've bought this, so it was a really good outcome for them and good outcome for the sellers of Edinburgh.
And delightful people. Thank you for the opportunity. Phil, we've got about 18 auctions going up this weekend over a lot of suburbs. I think we're over about 13 or 14 different suburbs. We have scheduled this incredible apartment in Kingstown in St Kilda Road going up for auction at 10 a.m.
Gary, I'd love to say it's named after me, but it's not, because there's a U. I don't have a U in my name, but this is an incredible building. I think it's one of Melbourne's best buildings with incredible views over St Kilda Road towards the city.
Yes.
Also, that building's on the edge of Faulkner Park, so you can walk out your back door. It is incredible.
That's a beauty, Phil. We've got triple auction action at 10:30 a.m. We're going to be in Sycamore Street, Leo Samuel Auctions. This 1-bedroom affordable property, Philip.
Sycamore Street, Malvern East. You can't get better than this. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and certainly a really great location.
Another great value apartment, one better, is in St Kilda. Matthew Morley auctions this one, Phil.
2 at 128 Inkerman Street is a really good 1 bedroom and a really affordable price range, Gary. A great opportunity to get into the market.
Let's move to 1130 to Ardwick Street in Bentley, Phil. You're doing this auction.
Looking forward to that, because it's a beautiful, fabulous 1 of 2. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, the most incredible floor plan. The attention to detail there is absolutely magnificent.
Mark Kirkham does a lot of selling in Dandenong Road, Phil, and luckily for him, it's a big street with lots of beautiful homes. One of them is at 8374 Dandenong Road. That goes up at 11:30 a.m. A wonderful 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment with a car space. Jeremy Rosen's auctions. The 11:30 groove continues. We've got 4 auctions, Philip. We're going to be in Wallace Avenue in Murrumbina. Leo Samuel auctions this fine looking home.
Gary, this is a really big 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double lock-up garage, single-storey home with wraparound courtyard gardens. We keep saying we love that sort of real estate.
I have auction honours in Estar Road, Phil. This very affordable 1-bedroom apartment meeting Daniel Peer there in the mid $200,000 range. Makes it a very affordable opportunity.
It does.
12:30 we have just the one auction this week, Phil. It's in Chapel Street, but a great looking property. Daniel Micmac has been handling it, and Jeremy Rosen's auctions.
Gary, what a fabulous home. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking, a beautiful floor plan, gorgeously renovated, just magnificent.
Double auction action comes to us at 1:30. Philip, Darren Krongold and you meet in Coma Street for this great looking property.
Gary, check out the incredible terrace on this apartment. It's absolutely massive. It's a beautiful apartment, a luxury apartment, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2 car spaces, 2 storage cages, but the views from there are stunning.
One of the best attended homes, Philip, we've had on our books and have on our books is number 10 Field Street in Caulfield South. Is a beautiful looking home.
Gary, we've sold this property before, so we know it and we absolutely adore it. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 2 cars. That's about as good a home as it gets.
And as we bring home Saturday with our 2:30, 3:30 and 4:30 auctions, Philip, at 2:30 we are going to be in Centre Road and we're looking forward to that.
Gary, beautiful aspects from this apartment. It's a really stunning apartment of 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, security car space in the basement. That is a fabulous apartment.
After that, we're heading towards Murrumbina, Philip, to auction in Towards Street. Leo Samuel, he has a lot of auctions this weekend. I think he's got 5 or 6.
He's going to be a busy boy. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, secure car parking there as well. And obviously, we just love that location.
And he's going to be bringing down the hammer around the corner in Hughesdale, Philip. Leo in Poth Road. Terrific looking property, this one, 24 at 50 Poth Road. Just a 1-bedroom, 1 bathroom, an affordable opportunity, Phil. but a rare one as well to find one as good looking as this. Let's move on to Sunday, where we have double auction action. I'm going to come and join you at 10:30 for this beautiful home. We've reviewed it, we've talked about it. It's been headline in the papers, Philip, in terms of having a big review, an editorial on it. That is 20 Travaska Street in Caulfield South.
What's not to love about this? Firstly, Travaska Street is one of the best streets of Caulfield South, brilliantly located. This is a beautiful family home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 gleaming bathrooms, plenty of car parking, swimming pool, the most gorgeous home inside and out. That's going to make somebody a very happy family.
We've got another auction in the building known as Greyfriars, Philip, which is a 53 Balaclava Road, this time apartment 11, Jeremy Rosen's Auctions for Sally Tillman.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's good real estate.
Good real estate is this property in Winston Drive, Philip, at 11:30. This is a magnificent home, and shout out to the vendors or GPTV watchers. We might interview them and put it on next week, Phil, but we better do a good job. You're the auctioneer for that one.
Gary, I think this property's stunning. The attention to detail in that home is beautiful, and the facade is incredible, but inside it just gets better and better with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 magnificent bathrooms. That is a beautiful home with a lock-up garage.
I might pop down and have a look at that one, Phil. I'm actually free at that time, and Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer, so I'm looking forward to being there. But I can't be at 2 places at the same time. I can't be with you at 30 Carrington Grove, because that's where you'll be at 11:30.
Well, what a stunning home that is. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking in a pocket of East St Kilda that is just so desirable. And that's a house that you can move straight into, get on with life and love everything that's happening there.
Before we go, Phil, a couple of featured properties to talk about. This one at 28 Sycamore Street has been popular. We're looking forward to that one coming up for auction.
Gary, that's 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, swimming pool, al fresco area. That's just a stunning home in what I think is a very affordable price range, given the level of accommodation that you've got.
Another stunning home is the one in Hartley Avenue, a great street, Phil, and this is a stunning property. I know you love this one.
I love this house, Gary. First of all, it's on a magnificent parcel of land of 884 square metres. It's a single-storey, solid brick family home, complete with a swimming pool, which is in the back garden, which faces west and also gets northern orientation. It is solid, magnificently maintained house that you can move straight into and maybe contemplate how you might further improve it. But I love that house, I love that location, and it's the most incredible package.
That's a big wrap on this very long episode. It's good to be back together. The band's back together, Phil. It's good to be back with you on GPTV. The market is pretty good now. I think it's got a very good feel. Things seem to be on the way up as spring takes place and starts to get through to the exciting part of the year, Phil, with some great offerings. We will continue to bring you all the news on GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a lovely week.